Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in nature, baby. Beautiful day again and again. The sun is up, the birds are out. Are you going through a massive awakening right now, by the way? Like you're waking up and you don't feel the same, something feels different. 10 signs you're awakening, the secret no one tells you. Let's just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. No. Let's just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So I got a great question that came in. Someone asked, Ralph, how does one know one is awakening? Like, I feel totally different. I know you've gone through your own awakening experience. Can you share some of the signs? So, deep divers, we've got a whole lot to talk about. Have you ever woken up one day and think, gosh, I don't feel the same. I don't look the same. Something weird is happening on planet Earth. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So let me share with you, okay? 10 signs you're awakening. That's helped me along my journey. You see, I realized many years ago that reality is nothing like what it actually appears to be. We have been living in an illusion, or as they said in the Indus Valley, the Maya. And once you awaken to the Maya, you now begin your awakening journey. Slow motion this side. Reality is starting to look a little bit shaky, baby. I know. You see, when I talk of awakening, what am I talking about? I'm talking about consciousness, which means awareness. And as you evolve, you become more conscious. You become more aware that, hey, wait a minute. There are over 7 billion ways of perceiving reality. So my reality is not the only reality there is. Let's talk about spirituality. A lot of us feel we have to become more spiritual. Yes, namaste. We have to become more positive. I'm so positive. But what's helped me along my journey is to realize spirituality is not something you practice. It is the essence of who you are. What? Slow motion this side. You are already spiritual. You don't have to become more spiritual. Meditating won't make you more spiritual. It will bring you into a greater alignment though. So, what is the first sign you're awakening? You are awakening the secret no one tells you. Your inner eye is opening. Your first eye, which is actually called the third eye, it's the first one. It's the inner eye. Now the doors of perception are opening. You are now starting to perceive reality in a whole new way. It feels like you've been reborn. You are entering a new state of being, okay? And it happened to me along my journey. I'm like, I am seeing with the first eye the greater truth. In other words, I'm seeing the illusion, the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a multidimensional being having a human experience. That you are limitless. That you are amazing. You see, the inner eye, or the third eye, the Ajna chakra, is where the awakening first begins. Because you start to realize, I is the ego. Me is the ego. There is no separation. My country is the ego. My religion is the ego. Because there is only one. There is a great interconnectedness between all things. And as you are awakening, you start to realize this. How can you have my life? How can you be separate from life itself? Slow motion this side. So you start to realize, oh my gosh, I get it now. I'm awakening to this greater truth that there are over 7 billion ways of seeing planet Earth. My reality is not the only one there is. This is infinite. But I am part of the greater whole. We all are. What is the second? The second sign, you're awakening. The secret no one tells you. Now, shout out to everybody who's enjoying their awakening journey. And it's not a thing to talk of, as the spiritual apprehension of truth is intellectually incomprehensible. But we can ponder it. You think you're going crazy. There is a stage where a lot of people who are awakening think they're going crazy because of how society labels them. Shout out to all the free thinkers out there. It's beautiful to have free thought, to think for yourself in a world which is constantly trying to brainwash you and program you and turn you into a mind slave. You are awakening if you are learning how to think for yourself. You are awakening when you are awakening when you realize, actually, I'm not going crazy. I'm actually going sane. The great sage Krishnamurti said, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." Slow motion this side. The world needs health. And you are awakening when you realize, actually, I'm very sane. Just because I think differently, because I don't want to fit into a shabby system, because I don't want to fit into a shabby system or society, I'm actually sane. Okay? And then you start to realize, oh, I get it. We came here to be free, to live free, to experience our own truth. Okay? You still feel you're going crazy, right? But you're not. You're smart. What's the third sign? You are awakening. That's helped me along my journey. The secret no one tells you. Okay? It is this, plain and simple. No self. No possessions. I started to realize everything I'm accumulating, my cars, my house, my partner, the cat down the road, all of these so-called possessions, it's just an illusion, because we don't own anybody and we don't actually own anything, because you were born alone. You were born alone and you are going to leave this dimension without any of these possessions, because you don't actually need it. You weren't born with a car. You weren't born with money. You don't need it. In this 3D matrix, you might do, but in our essence, we don't need it. And that's a huge sign of your awakening, when you actually realize, I'm not this person society calls me, because person emanates from the Greek persona, which means a mask. Slow motion this side. So it's all a fiction. Even your name is a fiction. Ralph Smart is a fiction. It's not who I really am. That's why when they ask Buddha, who are you? He remains silent. Because who are you? You can't even begin to describe. Yes, it's convenient that we call each other names in this dimension, but underneath it all, who are we? And then it goes back to energy. Just pure energy, right? Pure awareness. So that was huge for me, that I don't own anything and I'm not this person. And once you lose this feeling of being a person, you're also losing your ego. You're also losing your reputation. You're also losing your reputation. Okay? Your respectability, all of that is dissolving. You are now coming into a greater state of awareness, because there is no I. As children, we are already awakened. And that's what I've realized along my journey. We are already in that state so many people are trying to get to, the nirvana, the heaven. But somewhere along the lines, we get corrupted through the educational system and we get programmed to be a slave. So we have to go back to a childlike state to become awakened again. And that's a state of no mind. A child is born with no state of mind. When you free your mind, you become awakened. And awakening is a process, it never ends. When you let go of all your beliefs, you are awakening. Because once again, you are entering the state of non-thinking, no mind, right? What's the fourth sign? You're awakening, baby. The secret no one tells you. 7-day vegan challenge. You've got a hunger for food, for the truth in everything, including food. Many people who are awakening are now gravitating towards a more plant-based diet, karma-free foods. You've got a thirst for the truth, even in water, drinking more alkaline water, pH 9, pH 10, because you realize that to be in alignment, you need to be eating organic foods. You need to be eating foods that came from Mother Nature, not processed, man-made artificial foods, right? So that's really what's helped me know I'm awakening. Every single day I'm drinking a smoothie, I'm feeling better, I'm realizing health is wealth, and that's how you know you are awakening. Because once again, you don't have to eat less, you just have to eat right. And the more you eat right, the more you will begin to move more into your true authenticity. They have manipulated the foods to actually manipulate you. And once you take back your power, you stop blaming people, you just drink a beautiful cranberry juice and then you're good to go, right? What is the fifth sign you're awakening? The secret no one tells you. History is the lie agreed upon. Okay? History, break down the words. His story. Slow motion this side. So anytime you read a history book or you've been told the history of what this planet is, it's all a program. It's not what actually happened because it's his story. So you know you're awakening when you disregard his story and you now start to find your story because this is your dream. And what's helped me along my journey is to realize I'm not here to tell people what to do. There is no need for that. I'm showing you that you are super powerful. All you got to do is live according to your truth. I'm not better than you. I'm not special. We all are unique creations of this universe, and therefore we all are extremely valuable. So once I started to tell my story, I stopped watching television. But it's okay if I see it because I realize it doesn't even affect me anymore. Because I know who I am. Know thyself. If you are, that's how you know you're awakening. Many of us, we've been sold a lie and we've been believing it for so long. The first beings that came onto planet Earth, they could perform miraculous acts and they were deified as gods. But what if I told you you are a god and you are a goddess? Slow motion this side. Because you are made from the same fabric as the universe. Stardust. Hello. What is the sixth sign you're awakening? The secret no one tells you. Shakespeare said the whole world is a stage and we are all actors. You're starting to realize that the whole world is a stage. It's an artificial construct. But underneath it, there is soil. Underneath this concrete jungle is the truth of who we really are. The soil, the dark matter energy, right? Carbon-based beings, right? So you start to realize There is just nature. Nature is the truth. That's why I'm always in nature, because nature will help you awaken. Because nature is all about simplicity. It's about life. It's showing you that the simple way is the best way. Right? So I started to realize, oh, I get it. The whole world is a stage and we are all actors. And you start to awaken when you realize that actually I'm role-playing right now. I'm in my ego right now. But underneath it all, I know who I am. I know this is not actually me. I'm not my job, my name, where I live. I'm so much more. And that's how you know you are awakening. What's number 7? You're starting to realize that there is more to life. I don't have to just get a job and get married and have children. I don't have to do it in that order. I can reverse the order. You're starting to realize there is more to life, okay? Many people who are awakening for the first time get a reality check. They're like, actually, we are here on planet Earth for a very short period of time. Even if you were to live 5,000 years, that's still nothing more than a drop in the ocean of eternity. Slow motion this side. So you start to realize there is more to life. I want to travel. I want to see the world. I don't just want to work and be a slave. And you can still work and be free if it's something you love. But you're all about having a better quality of life. Because there is more to life. And that's how you know you are awakening. When you crave a new experience. When you don't just accept the reality that has been handed down to you by your parents and teachers. You now are more interested in creating your reality. You see, life is an extraordinary mystery. Not the mystery you read about in books or people talk about, but a mystery one has to discover for oneself. Slow motion this side. What is the 8th sign you're awakening? You've got this urgency to help others awaken. Okay, because you're like, I can't hold it in like all to myself. I need to share this stuff. And that's a great sign you are awakening. You want to help other people awaken. But you see, the secret no one tells you is that the truth can't be told, it has to be realized. You can inspire people by your lifestyle, and that's how I do it. But I don't feel that I have to teach anybody anything, because everybody will awaken when the time is right for them. And there is no time, because time is also an illusion. When the moment is right for them, at their right cycle. So if you are someone who's awakening and you feel, gosh, I have to wake all of these people up. These people up? No, you don't have to do that. All you got to do is be in alignment. You see, awakening happens when you realize you are the world. As you change, the world around you changes. There can never be a change in the world without a change in yourself first. What? Stop it, Ralph. Slow motion this side. What is the 9th sign you're awakening? You are letting go of being in resistance to change. You see, awakening is a very destructive process. Osho said this. He said, I'm not here to give you a dream. I'm here to destroy your dreams. And that's what awakening is. It's a very destructive process because you are now stripping away the layers of everything you once believed to be true and now seeing what actually is, what actually remains. So you know you're awakening when you're like, actually, I'm not going to be in resistance to change. I'm going to allow it. And the more you allow it, the more you awaken. Because children are not in resistance to what is, and that's why they are already awakening. And what's helped me along my journey is to allow the flow. This is infinite waters, baby. Flow like a river. And that's how you know you are awakening. What's the 10th sign you're awakening? The secret no one tells you. There's a great saying, before enlightenment, chop wood. After enlightenment, chop wood. And that's how you know you're awakening. Because being awake, it just means that you have a new mind, a new state of being. But you still have to do the same things. Before enlightenment, chop wood. After enlightenment, chop wood. But a miraculous thing happens, especially when I was going through my early awakening, is that you lose this thinking mind. You enter a state of no mind. And no mind is what children are in. That's why they are already there. They get taken out of no mind when you give them a name, when they're brainwashed by the educational system, when they're programmed by toxic music and the television. So, once again, that state of no mind, which really comes about a lot of the times through meditation, which is where you absorb yourself in the present moment, you realize you're awakening. When you stop judging other people, you see all you have is your judgments. Slow motion this side. All you have is your judgments, your labels, your pointing fingers. That's all the ego, because that's all separation. As you are awakening, there is no ego, there is no separation, therefore there is no judgment, because there is no mind to judge. And once you realize that, deep divers, well, you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in the heart of nature. Have a glorious day. We're just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You also become awake when you're, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to everybody who's been getting the merch. ralphsmart.com/clothes. Go get you some.